Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me for WLBT Plus. My name is Kara Shirley, your digital news desk host, and it is Monday, June the 2nd. Welcome to summertime officially, everyone. Although it's been pretty warm over the past couple of months already. What's a couple of months? Maybe more like a month. We've had a few cool days in there, but we are officially in the summer months here in, everywhere in the United States, really. And also, we are officially into hurricane season, which is a lot of fun, right? No, not really. Thankfully, though, there's nothing that is being tracked out in the tropics right now, so we don't really have to worry about that just yet. We will be looking at our forecast in just a little bit, and our first alert weather team will be in here later to look at it with you. Now, if you're tuning in on our mobile app or through our website, thanks for tuning in. And if you're on any of our social streams, don't forget you can always leave a comment, a thought, a question, suggestion, anything like that in the comment section. And I enjoy getting to talk to you guys during this interactive newscast. We do have a lot of news to get to today, some stuff that has happened over the weekend, as well as some things that have happened today and some future events that you may want to be mindful of. So, we're going to get into all that. But first, of course, we are going to take a look outside over downtown Jackson to see what is looking like outside right now. And it is, it's a pretty day. It is. It's little, looks a little, hazy out there right now, but I don't think that we are expecting any kind of rain or anything like that. Again, we'll be looking at that in just a little bit. So, if you are watching on our social stream, let me know where you're tuning in from right now. We get people watching from all over the place. I really like to know where you guys are watching from. So, let me know in the comment section. Let's go ahead and jump into the news today. Some big things that happened over the weekend. One very sad and big thing that happened in Jefferson County was a mass shooting that happened there. And one person is dead, multiple people were injured after that mass shooting that happened over the weekend in Jefferson County. So the incident happened at the Fayette Festival on Saturday. According to a social media post by Jefferson County Sheriff James Bailey, there were six victims. One of those victims, or there were six victims and one person who died. This is the individual who lost his life in that shooting. This was confirmed by the Jefferson County coroner, Ricky McDonald. He identified the victim as 22-year-old Rashad Hudson. He is the son of a Jefferson County Judge Maurice Hudson. So no arrests have been made at this time, but officials are investigating for possible subjects. The Sheriff's Department is asking the public's help on the incident, and if you have any information regarding this, you are asked to please contact the Fayette Police Department, the Jefferson County Sheriff's Department, MBI in Brookhaven, or Crime Stoppers, and please pass that information along to them. And our thoughts and our prayers go out to the family of the victim, Rashad Hudson. Very sad situation that happened this weekend there. See you guys tuning in. We got Charlene here in Vicksburg, Jan watching from Mize, and Helen watching from Madison, and Miss Dixie Litton. Miss Dixie Litton, she is tuning in as well. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you're just now tuning in, let me know where you're watching from, and yeah, just let me know. I like to know where you guys tune in from. So coming back here to Jackson, update you on a shooting that happened over the weekend here in Jackson that left one man dead and another man behind bars. So officers responded to a call on Saturday, happened on Hanging Moss Road, where they found the body of 46-year-old Robert Lewis Harris. They later arrested 21-year-old DeMonte Swan and charged him with murder. This is DeMonte here on your screen. So the investigation is continuing in this. If you have any info, please contact Jackson Police Department or Crime Stoppers. That number is 601-355-TIPS, 601-355-TIPS. Again, family of the victim there, Robert Harris, our thoughts and prayers go out to as well. Charles Cooksey to here is saying, it's so sad, all of this gun violence all the time, watching from Gilbertown, Alabama. And Charles, yeah, it is very sad to see the gun violence happening. And all you can do is hope and pray that it ends. Let's see. Shauna here is tuning in here from, or not here, but there from Tallahassee. Hey, Shauna, how are you? Bobby is watching in Gluckstadt. Phyllis is over in Greenwood. Miss Dixie is tuning in over in Brandon. And Nora is tuning in from Hermanville. I don't know that I've ever heard the town name Hermanville. Where's that near, Nora? Let me know where that's near. So we have some information. It's a story you may have missed that came out on Friday, but it's about a 15-year-old in Warren County who ended up turning himself in to officials after he had been accused of shooting his uncle. So this is the location of where the shooting happened. So Sheriff Martin Pace told the Vicksburg Daily News that 15-year-old Jafarian Brown turned himself in on Friday. He was accused of shooting in a shooting that happened on Hartwood Drive. Sheriff says that a 33-year-old man was shot in both legs. The victim was taken to a local Jackson hospital and thankfully is expected to recover. The Brown is charged with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, and he will be charged as an adult in this case. And some sad news coming out of Copiah County, where the Mississippi Highway Patrol reported a crash that happened just after midnight on Sunday. So troopers responded to the single vehicle crash on Highway 27 near Camp Lane. 42-year-old Mary Ellen Hucks of New Hebron, she ran off the road in a 2021 Ford Bronco, then hit a tree, causing her car to catch fire. She did die at the scene there of that crash. Very sad news over the weekend with all the shootings that have happened, and then this death over in Copiah County. It's just not a weekend for good news, unfortunately. But like I said, our thoughts and our prayers go out to the family of Mary Ellen. A very sad situation there. Looking back here at our comment section, Joyce is in Little Yazoo, from Little Yazoo. And then we have Cornelius from West Lafayette, Indiana. My husband is originally from Indiana, although he moved when he was like 3 or 4. So I don't know if we would say that he is an Indianian. I'm not sure. Or is that the right way to say it? Nora is near Port Gibson. Okay, Hermanville's near Port Gibson. I got you, Nora. And Bobby tuning in from Mendenhall, and Britt here. Let's see, Britt from Kosciuszko. Hey, Britt, how are you doing today? You always tune in. I appreciate you watching with me today. So let's talk about the judge that dismissed a election review case over in Canton. So we have some new details, and the Democratic candidate challenged the election for mayor in Canton. Well, Judge Jeff Wells has dismissed the petition, which was filed by Camelia Walker with prejudice. So she claimed that there were some irregularities in the primary and the runoff. Walker lost to Alderman Tim Taylor in her bid for the Democratic nomination for mayor. So only 43 votes ended up separating the two candidates. Taylor will now face a Republican and independent in tomorrow's election. And the incumbent mayor, William Truly, is not running for re-election in the city of Canton. And there has been an agreement made on how to spend your tax dollars for next year's state budget. But the relationship between the House and the Senate has really been anything but agreeable. So the war of words from the end of the regular session spilled over into last week's special session that was held. Speaker Jason White believes the politics at play are a result from a fallout of House Bill 1. Lieutenant Governor Delbert Hosemann says that isn't it, but he does want to figure out a different path forward for budgeting in the future.
This year, I'm head of the legislative budget office. When I set the schedule this year, we're going to move up the budget negotiations. So if you're going to ghost me, you're going to have to ghost me more than 1 week. You're going to have to ghost me for 2 or 3 weeks. So we're going to start earlier on the budget.
For way past the normal course of business. We were in a special session because of the Senate's refusal to do certain things. So I had no confidence in ability to work with them on much of any issue as it relates to finding consensus.
So both tried to move on and discuss their priorities for next session. For White, he'll call select committees on a capital revitalization, again, school choice and PERS. Hoseman would like to see education work, including teacher pay raises, addressing chronic absenteeism, and allowing retired teachers back into the classrooms. His other priority is government reorganization and finding more efficiencies within state agencies. I kind of liked hearing Hoseman to say talk about being ghosted there. That's not a term that you would normally think someone would say. You think that more for the younger generation. I kind of thought that was humorous, him talking about being ghosted there. But hopefully moving forward into next year's when they go to that to get the budget ready for the state of Mississippi. Hopefully it is a smoother ride for everyone. And a former state senator has now been indicted on felony bribery charges. So a grand jury indicted former Hancock County Senator Philip Moran on charges of bribing a witness and conspiracy. His son, who's been a convicted sex offender, Alan Moran, was also indicted on the same charges. This comes after Alan was found guilty of stalking a 9-year-old just 10 months after he pled guilty to soliciting a child for sex. So he has now been indicted on felony bribery charges. And some good news for those who are in disaster areas from the tornadoes that came. Mississippi Emergency Management Agency is going to be opening 10 disaster recovery centers to serve residents in 11 counties who suffered damage during the March storms. So the president approval of the major disaster declaration for Mississippi makes federal funding available to affected individuals in Covington, Grenada, Issaquena, Itawamba, Jefferson Davis, LaFleur, Marion, Montgomery, Pike, Smith, and Walthall counties. Assistance also includes grants for temporary housing, home repairs, low cost loans to help cover uninsured property losses, and other programs to help individuals and business owners recover from the disaster's effects. Now you can see here on your screen, this list all of the 10 recovery centers that will be open and the location of where they will be. If you need more information on this or you want you need to see it better, you can always go to our website and see the full story there at Wlbt.com. And of course, the MEMA website. Before we jump into the weather real quick, let's take a listen, or let's hear from our sponsor over at Jackson Water.
Hey Jackson, curious about our water system? Join the Jackson Water Academy to get the inside scoop on our water and sewer operations. 3 sessions, 3 months, and a whole lot of hands-on know-how. You'll even get a behind-the-scenes tour of the O.B. Curtis Water Treatment Plant. So if you're ready to dive in, head to jacksonwater.com/Water Academy or give us a ring at 601-500-5200 to apply. But hurry, spots are going fast.
And again, thanks to Jackson Water for sponsoring WLBT Plus. We do appreciate them making it possible for us to bring you this show and other content throughout, from our digital news desk. Let's take a look at our temperatures outside right now, get a real quick check of our forecast. You see we're sitting in the mid 80s out there, just about all the way across the area, mid 80s. And if we look at our current radar, you can see we don't have any rain in the area. Even though the skies are looking a little hazy out there, there is no rain in the area. If we look for the next 12 hours, you see we're not expecting any rain into the overnight hours. Well, it's going to be dry today and tomorrow. But if we look at the next 7 days, you can see we got pretty warm temperatures. It is summertime, and then a higher chance of rain as we move closer to the weekend. Again, though, our first alert weather team will be here at 2:30 to give you that full look at your forecast. So make sure you are here then with them. So residents had the chance this weekend to connect with some law enforcement officers in their community at Respect for Law Day. So this event was held Saturday at Rosemont Missionary Baptist Church. Citizens got the chance to meet and greet. Hold on. Okay. I got to meet and greet the men and women who are sworn to protect the metro area, including Jackson Police Department and the Hinds County Sheriff's Office. The Jackson Police Chief Joseph Wade and Hinds County Sheriff Tyree Jones said a few words about what it means to them to serve the public. The goal of the event was to help bridge the gap between the community and law enforcement.
The chief talked about all of the many issues that plague our communities, and we're aware of those issues. But here's one other thing that we should understand is that we are the solution to the problems that we have in our communities. And a big key of that is just simply working together.
So they say it was a very fun event. There was music, food, vendors, bounce houses for kids that was hosted by Hope Springs and Jackson Metropolitan Ministerial Alliances. And the group does plan to hold the event again next year. At Miss Bessie tuning in right now, watching from Brookhaven. Hey, Miss Bessie, I hope you're having a good day today. Let's talk about some of the summer feeding programs that are happening here around the metro area with these different schools across our area. So they're going to be offering meals during summer break. The Clinton Public School District started its program today, and the district will provide full lunch meals to kids for free at Clinton Junior High School from now until June 27th. The free meals are for anyone 18 and under. It is first come, first serve. Children will receive a nutritious meal just as if they would if they were in school. So the program is completely separate from a summer school, so you don't have to attend school in CPSD to grab a meal. The school district's communications director tells us that they've had daycares and other summer programs take advantage of this opportunity. And it's great to see it because they say this is something the district is doing to help everyone in their community.
We see across this nation, across the state, across this community, there are households that have food insecurities. And we see those students on a regular basis during the school year, but there's no reason that service should stop during the summer. Our director, Christelle Hicks, has really put her heart and soul into this to act as a service to the community and to the children of Clinton.
So you can grab a free lunch for your kids from 11 to 1 o'clock at the Clinton Junior High School. Parents can also grab a meal too for just $4. Now, other schools in the metro area are holding summer feeding programs as well. We have those here on your screen. So starting June the 9th through the 20th, Madison County Schools is offering breakfast and lunch at Ann Smith Elementary. Breakfast is from 7:40 to 9 and lunch is from 10:30 until 12:30. And of course, we have the Jackson Public School District for the 2nd through the 27th and the Hinds County School District June 2nd through the 18th. So make sure if you are part of the group that wants a free meal, needs a free meal for the kids, doing something, make sure you get them and take them by there. Maybe load up a bunch of kids who otherwise might be experiencing food insecurities during the summertime and help them get a meal, a lunch and breakfast in some cases here. So, hey, Angela with the Mic Magazine from Greenville. I see you. I hope you're doing good today. And Latrice, I see you as well from Carthage. Appreciate you watching. Now, tomorrow is a big day, not only here in Jackson, but across our entire area as the general elections are taking place. Municipal elections are going to be getting underway starting at 7 o'clock tomorrow. So you may have already heard from several candidates and their plans on several issues and other important matters if they are elected. So as far as Jackson goes, who we have your candidates for Jackson's municipal race, as far as the mayor's race goes, we have Democratic nominee John Horn, Republican nominee Kenneth G., and Independents Rodney DePriest, Zach Service, and Lily Stewart Robertson. These are the 5 names that you will see on the ballot here in Jackson tomorrow when you go out to vote. Remember, polls are open from 7 in the morning to 7 p.m. You must be in line by 7 p.m. in order to vote. And you can follow us both on air and online at WLBT.com for more updates and some very important voter information. So if wherever you are, if you have an election tomorrow, get out and vote. I know there's a very important election happening in the city of Ridgeland, as well as far as the Freedom Park expansion referendum. That will be on the ballot tomorrow. So even if you don't have a race to really vote on in Ridgeland, because there's only 2 alderman positions that are being that are going to be on the ballot that are contested, where you have to vote for one person or the other. But even if you're not in one of those wards for those aldermen, still get out and vote in Richland, because that referendum for the Freedom Park expansion is on the ballot for everyone in the city of Richland to vote for. Of course, there was a lot of elections where the decision was made in the primaries. Flowood Mayor, for instance, Brandon Mayor is another one there. But even over in Vicksburg, there is mayoral races going on. In Canton, we've got the mayoral races going on a lot of places. So make sure you get out and vote tomorrow from 7 o'clock to 7 p.m. That's when the polling locations will be open. And don't forget, you have to be in line by 7 p.m. in order to vote. So get out and vote and have your voice heard at the ballot box. That is going to be it for WLBT Plus today. I will be back tomorrow at 1 o'clock. I hope to see you then. And of course, our First Alert Weather team will be here today, and they will be giving you an update on the forecast, looking at the rain chances that are coming in later in the week and letting you know exactly, or maybe what we can expect, what is forecasted that we can expect. So make sure you tune in at 2:30 today. I hope you all have a wonderful day. I will see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.